Hello everyone, welcome back to another lesson on machine learning hands-on. So in today's lessons, we are going to learn and we are going to understand one important concept, and that is called one-hot encoding. Okay, so that is very important or very useful while doing machine learning. Before training or testing your machine learning models, so before training or testing your machine learning model, so this is also a step of pre-processing task. Okay, so pre-processing of the data. Okay, so this was the things we are going to perform one hot encoding. So after applying this an encoding technique, I will explain what is meaning of encoding. Also, you will get the idea from the examples. Okay, so and the functions we are going to use, that is get dummy. Okay, and the function that is available inside pandas library. Okay, fine. So these are the common code. I think I've already done many times just for loading the data. Okay, so running this one, fine. So after this, let me show you this. So some code sample. Okay, fine. So this was our data. You can see all these are columns. Okay, so one hot encoding is basically applied on categorical data, right? So first we have to select some categorical data. So either you can select manually. Okay, manually means you can type some categorical data like categorical columns like that. Okay, and then here you can mention any categorical data, right? So as you from the data you can get the idea, survivals, p class, or sex, this one, Kevin, embark something. So these are, so I'm going to use the simple one that is you are already aware. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. Okay, and on this category we are going to apply one hot encoding, right? So let's run this one. Okay, so our columns is set. Maybe you can set multiple. Okay, but first I'm going to explain only one column we are going to use, then we can do select multiple. Okay, and our data set is already fine, but if you want to create new data, okay, so maybe you can create df2 equal to, okay, so df dot copy. So maybe you can create copy of original data. Okay, so I'm going to create here, fine, and already selected categorical data here. Okay, fine, let me run this one again, fine. So we have created the copy of this data, and then after let's define our some field or not field. We are going to create some variables just called encoded, and encoded the one hot encoding available in this is function of PD means panda class, sorry, panda package. Okay, or panda library. So we are going to use PD get dummies. Okay, so this is function name, so dummies. Okay, and then inside function call, just we have to pass the data set first, data frame object, and then after we have to pass the columns. Okay, so columns, fine. So and what will be the columns? We are categorical columns, right? Fine, and then after I'm going to run this one, fine, and then after we are going to see this data. Okay, so let's do the head. We are not going to display all the information, it will be larger. Okay, fine. So let's see. So you can see, just focus on the sex. Okay, so this one's the data, right? So male and female, this is gender data, right? So we are selecting this one. So after one hot encoding, you can see the gender one, 6 columns removed from here, and 2 new columns are created. Okay, 6 male and female. Okay, female and male 2 are created, just like here you can see. So this is the meaning of one hot encoding. One hot encoding basically do, so based on the different data, unique data. Okay, so that will create a new, like suppose male, female, right? These are 2 gender or sex, generally 2 types of sex, right? Male and female. So as many of any columns has records, so based on that the number of new columns will be added. Okay, so this you can see female and male, to 2 new columns are added or feature are added, and now based on that the data is updated. Okay, so now you can see, so the first column, okay, so you can see this first column what will the first column belong to male, right? So in case of male it should be true, right? You can see true, and in case of false it's because these columns or this row have only male data. You can see this is a male data, so it will be true. So sometimes it is called 0 or 1. True means 1 and false means 0, but now it's normally binary data. Okay, so it's a true means 1, false means 0. So it's a doing like that. All the data will be mapped with some encoded value. Okay, and that all encoded value then based on it will be assigned, you know, true and false. So you can see the second column. So second column data belongs to female, right? So you can see the female is true and male is false. Okay, so again you can see here like only two things, right? And let me show you. Again we are going to create df encoded, right? We have created. So let me are going to create one more data set here to do more and more thing. So I'm going to 3. Okay, and df dot head. Fine, so you can see these are data. Now let me choose anyone. So suppose p class. So I'm just checking some other thing that has many classes, you know, not only 2. Okay, so Kevin, I have too many things. Okay, so let me select the p's class. Okay, so first see how many. Okay, so fine. So this class has p class. You can see these are 3 value. Okay, so now there are 3 different values. So based on 3 different value, 3 new columns will be added. This is meaning of one hot encoded, right? So I'm going to apply the same thing. Just copy. Okay, and you can directly pass it here. Okay, you do not have to mention something. You like, you know, p class. Okay, so any columns, multiple columns, single column you can assign. That is not an issue. So now 3 could be created. Okay, new 3 feature or column will be created, and each feature will be mapped with some value. Okay, so true and false value. Okay, so let me run this one. Fine. Okay, so none of the index object are in columns. Okay, so make sure have you made any mistake. Okay, so columns name. Okay, so everything was fine. Okay, so I think and this was the things. Okay, now we have to pass data 3, right? Because we have already updated the value here df2. Okay, so now we have to pass df3. Okay, again what we are getting the error. Okay, so maybe some spelling mistake. Yeah, fine, now it's working. So now I'm going to do again here, and now we are going to print head, and now let's print some 10 value, right? Else by default will display 5 record. Okay, so now you can see now 3 more classes are added, right? P class 1, P class 2. So as many number of unique record, number of unique data any column size, so or category number of categorical value, based on that new feature or as feature or columns will be added here. Okay, and now how the value will be assigned here, true and false. So based on the, now we have to map the original data, right? So you can get here p class is 3. Okay, so class 3 has some value. So again here you can see the class 3 has true, rest of this false. In next second data, you know, class 1. Okay, so class 1 has value, so class 1 will be true, rest will be false. Okay, so this is the things how the one hot encoding work. So in next video we will create some more like level encoding and binary encoding as well. Okay, so in coming videos. So I hope you got some idea and how to implement one hot encoding on any data set. Okay, so basically that work on categorical data. Okay, so that's all everyone for this video. Let's meet in another one, and till then keep learning and keep growing.